Today I am going to tell you about some godlike fragrances that I absolutely adore. This is one of my favourite fragrance brands, and up until now they've been difficult to get hold of in the UK, but now you can buy them from me. So if you want to hear about some godlike fragrances that you can buy from within the UK, stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. So, as you may know, I have a website called Luxe Parfum. It's based within the UK and it ships to the UK. We're not doing international shipping at this stage. It's just a little bit too difficult to figure out the complexities of that with all the Brexit thing at the moment. Maybe we will in the future, but for now, we are just shipping within the UK. And part of the reason that we're doing this is the business model that we wanted to run with was that we wanted to bring fragrances into the UK so that people from within the UK can purchase fragrances that are more difficult to come by, or you could purchase them from the States, but you would incur larger shipping costs and potentially get hit with those import fees. So just wanted to give people the opportunity to buy these fragrances without incurring these costs. So for example, we've got Zaharoff, which has been very popular. So we are the exclusive retailer for Zaharoff. We are also the exclusive retailer for Argos Fragrances. Now, I've made a video previously about Argos Fragrances. I love them, and I'm very proud to let you know that Luxe Parfum will be the exclusive UK outlet for Argos Fragrances. So if you've heard a lot about Argos, but you've never really managed to try them or purchase them because it's been a bit more difficult to get hold of them in the UK, don't worry. Luxe Parfum have got your back because we are offering the full range of Argos fragrances. And if you're not quite sure about them, if you've never heard about them, let me tell you, it's nothing to do with the Argos department store, the catalogue store that we have here in the UK. So get that out of your mind, nothing to do with that. We're on another level. We are on a god-like tier with these fragrances because, as you will see, the presentation is the best in the business and the smells of these fragrances are high-end luxury niche. Okay, so if you don't know anything about them, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of each of the fragrances that Argos have in their collection. So let's start with Argos Pour Homme. This was the very first release from the brand, and this is an extremely versatile, extremely easy to wear, fresh scent that works all year round. It's one of those fragrances that you can wear for any season, for any occasion, whenever you like. Grab it and go. But it is a really nicely composed scent. It's got some fresh notes. There's an invigorating gin accord and a lavender. So it's got a nice sort of masculine cologne type feel, although even though it's called Argos Pour Homme, I think many ladies would really enjoy wearing this. So it's got that freshness, but what I love about it is it's got a bit of depth, it's got a bit of density as well. So it's got some woodiness in the base, and it's got just a little touch of creaminess, which I think a bit of creaminess in fresh scents not only makes it a little more versatile, not only extends the longevity and the overall performance of the fragrance, but it just makes it a little more enjoyable for me. So that's what you're going to get from Argos Pour Homme. Very easy to wear, signature style scent, fresh, but with a nice little bit of depth underneath. The next one I'm going to talk about is called Brivido Della Caccia. So we've gone from maybe the easiest to wear to what is potentially the most difficult to wear. I love this. I think this is the most complex of the collection. I think it's the most nuanced as well. This is sort of a smoky, creamy, leathery scent. It's got a little bit of an ashy vibe to it. It's got some birchwood in here, so that smoky ashiness is probably coming from that. Now don't worry about smokiness and ashiness because it's not a hard to wear fragrance. If you're not used to more complex niche fragrances, then you might not really sort of get that smell initially. But if you've been wearing fragrances for a while and you've been wearing sort of more complex niche fragrances, then I think this one would be right up your street. Even though it's a little bit smoky and a little bit leathery, I think that it's also smoothly blended. The thing that you get with this and all the Argos fragrances is how natural and how high quality they smell. I would say this is the statement maker of the collection. If you want to go into a room and feel confident, if you want to feel empowered, if you want to make a statement, then I think this is the fragrance that is going to do that, because I think it makes you feel confident, and because it is so different and so unique, I think for me personally anyway, that sort of gives me a bit of extra confidence as well. So this is the niche statement maker of the group. If you're not used to niche fragrances, you might want to start with one of the other ones. You could grab a discovery set. By the way, we have a giveaway. We have 5 discovery sets to give away, so stay tuned till the end of the video and I'll let you know how you can win one of those discovery sets. But if you don't win one, I would highly recommend buying a discovery set, and then you can check out which of the fragrances might be for you. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is the one you've probably heard the most about, probably heard the most buzz. It's Triumph of Bacchus. This is probably the one you've heard most about because I think it's maybe the easiest to wear. It's the sweetest and most addictive fragrance in the collection. So this is a fruity tobacco type scent. If you think of fragrances like Parfum de Marly's Carlisle, Mancera's Red Tobacco, you've got that fruitiness, but you've got lots of depth, you've got woodiness, you've got really nice sweet tobacco note. So that's what Triumph of Bacchus is to me. Very easy to wear. I would say it's easier to wear for more people than Brivido Della Caccia, but if you like sweet, addictive fragrances, then Triumph of Bacchus is probably the one to go for. This is the biggest by far in terms of performance of all the Argos fragrances for me. This is a room filler, this is beast mode. You don't need many sprays of this. Put this on and people are gonna smell you in the room. That's fine when it's a fragrance that smells this good. Sometimes maybe you don't wanna fill a whole room with your fragrance if it's one that maybe is a little bit more challenging, but this one certainly isn't. I think people are gonna smell this, and because it's sweet and fruity, it's very likable, it's very mass appealing. This is probably the one that is going to get you compliments, if compliments are something that you like to wear a fragrance for. I know not everyone does. Most people, or some people, just like to wear fragrances for themselves, but some people don't mind the odd compliment or two. So if that's what you're looking for, I think Triumph of Bacchus is the one to get. And the last fragrance I'm going to talk about is called Baccio Immortale. This is along the lines of Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. It's not exactly the same, so hear me out. It's got the fruit, it's got some raspberry in there, and it has the leather. But for me, it's lighter than Tuscan leather. It's a little greener and perhaps a little drier. I definitely think it's easier to wear. I love Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. I love how potent and hard-hitting that fragrance is, especially in the autumn and in the winter. It just cuts through the cold air. But my wife isn't a big fan, and many people's wives or girlfriends or partners perhaps don't like Tuscan leather as much as the people who like to wear it. If that's the case, if you like that sort of fruity, leathery DNA, but Tuscan leather's not working out for you, then this is perhaps one that you might like to try. And out of the collection, I'd say this is maybe the sort of evening date night fragrance, because it's not a room filler like Triumph of Bacchus. It does project very nicely, but it is a touch more refined and intimate in terms of its performance. So if you're going out for a meal, or if you're going out for a date night, or just for a nice evening, then I think this is a superb fragrance to wear. I think it's quite timely actually that we're getting Argos into Luxe Parfum at this point in the year, because if you like to wear your fragrances seasonally, then I think these are all superb for autumn. They are all killer autumn fragrances. Personally, I can wear these all year round. I don't mind wearing a bit of a heavier fragrance in the summer. Perhaps I'd go a little easier on the trigger. So, you know, many of you would enjoy wearing these fragrances all year round. But like I said, if you're into wearing your fragrances by the season, then this is the time to pick up some Argos fragrances, because it's just the perfect season for them. So there you go, quick rundown of the fragrances that Argos have to offer. Like I said, we are selling the discovery sets as well. We're going to give a few of these away. We're going to give 5 discovery sets away. So if you're interested in trying Argos fragrances, then just drop a comment down below. I always try and do this by Instagram DM. It's just easier that way. I know not everyone has Instagram. Sorry about that if you don't, but many of you do. So in a comment down below, just leave a comment and let me know your Instagram account name in that, and then I will draw the winner in a couple of weeks' time, and 5 people will I said winner, I meant winners. 5 people will be getting one of those Argos discovery sets. So it's a good opportunity for you to try them out, see which ones you might like, and then for the first time, available for you to purchase from within the UK. Because it's the launch of a new brand, I feel like I'm gonna give you 10% discount. So code is LUXE10. So for about a week from the day of launch, you'll be able to get 10% off any of these Argos fragrances. So good opportunity to check them out if you haven't already. A little bit of discount, no large US shipping fees. Knock yourself out. Before I go, I'm just going to let you know what these are retailing at on Luxe Parfum. So for Triumph of Bacchus, Brivido Della Caccia and Baccio Immortale, you can buy a 30ml bottle for £110 or the 100ml bottles which I've shown you today for £210. You can buy Argos Pour Homme for £110, you can buy Argos Parfum for £110, and if you want to pick up the Discovery Kit, it's £25. If you're not familiar with Argos fragrances, I hope you've learned a little bit from this video and you've got a better idea about what they smell like. As you can see, the presentation is also godlike, so is the juice inside the bottles. These are just godlike fragrances that I think are superb. If you haven't tried them, in my personal opinion, you're missing out. So maybe give them a try. All right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.